Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Arphaxad Nyabuto, and welcome back to Arphaxad Global Radio TV. Today we have a very prominent guest from EasyDrain Care Products, CEO Ezra M. Nyankira. Today we're going to talk about EasyDrain. EasyDrain Care Products is a company that makes care products for hospitals, home health, and just the medical field in general. So today, the CEO is going to tell us a little bit about what EasyDrain is and where the idea came from to build a company that's going to storm the online search engines and many things right now on the market. So welcome to Arphaxad Global Radio TV. So can you tell us a little bit about what EasyDrain is?
Oh yes, thank you Mr. Nyabuto for giving me this opportunity to speak to you about EasyDrain Care Products. EasyDrain Care Products is a company which, as you have eloquently described, manufactures, or actually we invent, design, manufacture, and distribute our products worldwide. And our products primarily are healthcare products, and specifically they take care of elimination issues. This company started many years ago, but now we are starting to see the products. This company started probably, to be exact, about 11 years ago when I was working as an
Why
LVN.
wasn't the company just like released by that time?
No, the company wasn't released by that time. The company itself just started about 3 years ago, but the idea started many years ago. As you have heard, we invent our products. And when you are doing an invention, in the beginning, what you want to create does not work the way you want to work. So you have to find means and ways of making the thing work and become practical. And as you have heard, it's an invention. That means nobody has done it before. So it takes a while to figure out actually how this product is going to work. And it takes quite some time to test and see that your idea is valid. First, you have to do the drawings. And second, you have to do the engineering, and then the testing, and then the prototyping. After the prototyping, then you do lab tests before you can come and do clinical tests where you actually use the product on a patient. And after that, then you can get, after the clinical testing, then you can get the product out in the market. Right now, EasyDrain has gone through all those steps, and now we are finishing with the lab tests, and now the next stage is the clinical tests, which we have a couple of hospitals and a few home health care agencies and homes are willing to try our product for a few weeks. Then we get the data to show that actually our products does work and it's valid. From there, now we'll be all set for distribution worldwide. So it's a process which takes time, and lots of times a lot of people are not patient with that process. Hence, people have ideas, but because of the time it takes to get the idea from conception to actual reality, a lot of people get discouraged, and a lot of people really get out of it because of the financial strain which it implicates them to, all it gets them to.
So why EasyDrain? Because there are many companies out there that distribute beds, that distribute the seats and everything that goes into healthcare. Why EasyDrain?
That's a very good question. EasyDrain is very different from many other products out there. Yes, there are beds out there, and they are great beds. If you go to any hospital, you will find a number of beds, ranging from the beds they use in emergency room, the ones they use in med-surg, the ones they use in operation room, and ICU. Those are all different beds, and they have different functions. But with all those beds out there, in very many settings, there's none which has the feature which we have, whereby somebody who is incontinent uses the bed or they urinate or have a bowel movement, and then that waste is drained through the mattress and under the bed and then taken care of from there. There's no product like that out there. So that's the difference between EasyDrain products and any other products you see out there.
So EasyDrain being EasyDrain, where did the name come from, EasyDrain? Because yes, I do understand that the bed drains, like if a person were to urine on the bed,
yes,
the urine would go down and it would drain down to
yes,
a bucket or whatever's under the bed. Mm-hmm. So where did the name come from, EasyDrain?
EasyDrain primarily came from the easiness of which you use the bed, and the drainage, of course, it's the draining. That was the beginning of how that name came about. In the beginning, actually, it was called MMM, EasyDrain, but then we dropped the MMM and remained with EasyDrain for easiness of purposes and for things like that.
So, as a healthcare provider, I do understand that you used to be a healthcare provider, a nurse in the field, before you started with the idea of making a bed and many other products or product lines for the healthcare field. So, as a healthcare provider, will this bed make it easier for the person that's taking care of a patient, or will it make it harder in a way?
I believe, having been in healthcare industry for a long time, by the way, I started as a nursing assistant, and then after a few years I became a med aid, and then after a few years I became a nurse. And in that time I have worked in very many healthcare settings. I've worked in hospitals, I've worked in nursing homes, and I have worked in home care. Basically, home care, you go from one home to the next, you take care of the patient, and then you move to the next. And actually, that's where this idea was born, in home care setting, where I could go to somebody's home, take care of them, leave, and come back the following day. Mm-hmm. And I had patients who I could go take care of, and I left. The following day I came, I find that that patient has not been moved since the last time I was there. And they have soiled themselves and they are sitting in that urine. That's how it came about. The easiness of this product, it's much easier than the current ones, because now with the healthcare system, the way it's strained, when I started a long time ago being in the healthcare, we used to take care of 4 patients as a nursing assistant. Mm. It was very manageable. You could comfortably take care of your patients at a timely manner so that nobody gets to sit in soiled diapers or anything like that. But forward, a few years later, now the same nursing assistant or care provider has to take care of 15, 20 people. Mm-hmm. It becomes almost impossible for you to go change those people who have the incontinence issues on a timely manner. Hence, the big problem we have of wound care because of the skin being compromised by the urine. Having said that, now that we have a product where the incontinent people can sit there and use or pee and they don't have to sit in the urine, gives the healthcare room or some time to come take care of them later, so that they don't have to rush through their workload. They know that person can go and they won't have to be banned. They can come take care of them later. 2, you do not have to lift somebody. A lot of people in healthcare, a lot of them are older women, unfortunately, and women. And these people do not have the strength to lift the people who need that help to go to move them to the bathroom or to take them from the bed to the bathroom. So this product eliminates that. Mm-hmm. So a lady who's taking care of a 200-300 pound man or woman for that case does not have to lift that person. Saves this person's back, energy, and the accidents which comes about with that. By the way, there are a lot of things which are not reported in the healthcare industry. There's a lot of falls people trying to get to the bed, from the bed to the bathroom. That's where a lot of people fall and they break their hips. And once you break your hip, that's almost a given. You've reduced your life expectancy for a long time, or for quite a few years. That's a problem which we are addressing. At the same time, those people who are able to be moved from the bed to the bathroom, you have to use a machine which requires 2 people. But now you don't have to do that. So that also saves on manpower, and that other person can take care of somebody else. So those are some of the things which all of them combined bring great benefits of using EasyDrain care products.
So as EasyDrain, what do you guys offer? Because we do understand that in the medical field, there's regular service needed for these beds, as you have said. And doctors, assistants, and many other healthcare people, they need to have, they need help cleaning up, changing the beds and doing other things. Whenever a patient leaves, for example, they need to clean up and stuff. So will this bed regularly need to be changed or cleaned up? And what do you guys offer as EasyDrain and just as a brand?
Okay, EasyDrain as a brand or as any other company, we provide the beds. When you buy the beds, you have a warranty on the bed, 2-year warranty on the bed. If it breaks down, you get a new bed, or we send somebody to repair it for you. 2, actually the point you've touched about is about cleaning. That's a big issue when it comes to healthcare products. EasyDrain has a system in place, or a cleaning kit which comes with the bed, which after the patient uses the bed, you spray that and you clean it up. And then you can reuse the bed. But also the mattress, the middle part, which is our patented part, has a silicone cover which goes on top, and that is removable. You remove that, that can be washed and sanitized, and you replace it with another one. So every bed comes with 2. So while this other one is being cleaned and sanitized, you put the other one back so that the patient can continue using the bed continuously. 2, EasyDrain is not there to eliminate all caregivers from the industry. It's there to help them. 1, right now, the patients have to be cleaned because they are wearing diapers and they pee on themselves, or they go number 2 on themselves. They are sitting on it. So at some point, somebody has to come, clean that up, clean that bed up. So that does not, EasyDrain does not eliminate caregivers, but it reduces the number of caregivers who are needed to take care of that process.
So will this product make a difference in some way or fashion in the market today, in the 21st century?
In the 21st century, I believe that from now on, after EasyDrain care products hit the market, incontinence is going to be addressed in a different way. It won't be addressed the way it has been addressed in the past, simply because with our products, the cost of using diapers and the healthcare workers is going to almost cut in half. So the cost itself is a big deal. But more importantly, more than the cost, is the comfort the patient gets. We are eliminating or we are solving a problem which really faces a lot of people out there, and they don't know what to do. If you are incontinent because of something, maybe you are sick or you are disabled, and you pee and you are sitting in that urine, that is a very distressing situation. And now when you get a product which can eliminate that situation where you are sitting in that waste which you have no capability of getting rid of, I believe it's more than it's worth, or more than the money we are saving the companies or the people who are using the product.
So what is the company's ability to support itself in the future, or its products in the future?
I believe right now, of course, we are a startup. We have our hiccups, and that as any other company. But we are focused and determined, and we know we have a product which works. Right now, we are already before we even hit the market, we have orders which are there waiting to be fulfilled. And we know as soon as we hit the market, we're going to have more orders coming in than we have already. And with our projection, we think we are going to be a major player in the healthcare industry in the next 10, 15 years. I believe we are, and that's where we are heading.
As a person of a different race of color, how do you think people feel about you hitting the market with the product that's going really hard right now? Because the product is not out yet, but people already want it, and you're a person of a different color in a different country.
Yeah, that's a very good question, young man. I feel pretty good, and I know a lot of people think that when you come from a different country or you're of a different race, that life is almost ganged against you, which could be true in some form of way. But I have come to a point where I realize that every person born onto this earth is equal. And I do not believe that there's any man or woman out there who is more equal than I am. Nor do I think I'm superior than anybody else. It's that just I have come to that point where I believe that whatever another man can do, I can do as well. And whatever I can do, another person else can do as well. It just happened that I happened to think of this idea and brought it to the market. And with that in mind, having gone through, I don't know how to call it, but self-search, I believe that regardless of what race or what country you come from, if you have a good product which solves a problem which is facing humanity, you'll always succeed. One, a lot of products actually we have currently in the market which we are using, lots of those things or those products were made by people of color and from other countries. So it's nothing new. This is not something new. It has always been done, only that probably now that the cameras are on EasyDrain, that's probably why. Yeah.
So lastly, what are your tactics? Because as a young man, you might say, people say that as young people we have the future. And at your age, somebody will not know that you're old. What are your tactics on the way you handle your things? Because you handle your things in a very different manner than most people do in the society today and in the world today. So what are your tactics?
Well, I don't know whether I have any particular tactics than anybody out there, but thank you for calling me a young man. I am way older than that. I'm a grandfather, and I am not as young as people might think. I've been around quite a while. In my course of life, I have owned businesses before, and those businesses have performed very well. That's because of my work ethic and the mindset I have. Once I set to do something, I do my research. I find out what's needed, and then I go about fulfilling those needed things. And a lot of people might not think that way, and hence a lot of problems in their businesses. But once I have identified a problem and I'm going to solve it, I do my research. And then I set myself milestones to meet so that I can meet that problem or provide a solution to that problem. And I follow those. They are simple, basic steps. Know the problem, do your research, find the solution, and find ways to take care of that solution. I follow a simple process, and it works. If you make things more complicated than they are, then it becomes impossible to achieve. So I just take simple 1, 2, 3 steps, and I put them together, and I follow through.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me on AGRFM today. Thank you very much for watching Arphaxad Global Radio. My name is Arphaxad Nyabuto. For much more, go online, www.arphaxadglobalradio.com.